What would modern art look like if not for the influence of Pablo Picasso? It's a thought that often lingers in the minds of art enthusiasts and historians alike. Picasso, a name synonymous with groundbreaking creativity and relentless innovation, has left an indelible mark on the canvas of modern art. His journey through art is a riveting saga of experimentation, marked by distinct periods, each carrying its own significance. From the melancholic shades of his blue period to the playful hues of his rose period, Picasso's palette has always been a reflection of his life's experiences. His exploration didn't stop there, as he ventured into the raw aesthetics of African art, and later shattered conventional norms with his Cubist creations. Picasso's later works, though less defined by periods, were no less influential, continuing to challenge and inspire. Join us as we delve deep into Picasso's journey through art, starting with his blue period. Picture a young Picasso, barely 20, stepping into his blue period, a time of intense creativity and melancholy. This period, spanning from 1901 to 1904, is marked by a profound shift in Picasso's artistic style and subject matter. During this time, Picasso's work was dominated by shades of blue and blue-green, colors that, for him, symbolized despair and sadness. The subjects of his paintings were often the impoverished, the lonely, and the destitute. He painted beggars on the streets of Barcelona, the frail and the sickly, the blind and the aged. Each canvas was a window into the lives of those living on the margins of society. Why such sorrow, you may ask? Well, Picasso's blue period was born out of his own personal tragedy, the suicide of his close friend Casagemas. This event deeply affected Picasso, plunging him into a state of depression that found expression in his art. The blue period holds great significance as it marked Picasso's departure from the conventional to a style that was distinctly his own. It was during this time that he began to explore symbolism and convey raw human emotions through his work. This period, marked by somber tones and a focus on the marginalized, was just the beginning of Picasso's artistic revolution. As Picasso's despair faded, his palette warmed, leading us into the rose period. This period, spanning from 1904 to 1906, was a time of change for Picasso, both artistically and personally. The melancholy blues of his previous work gave way to warmer hues of orange and pink, hence the name, the Rose Period. The Rose Period marked a significant departure from the somber themes of Picasso's blue period. Instead, it was characterized by more joyful and romantic themes, reflecting Picasso's own improved circumstances. Now, instead of painting the poor and the desolate, Picasso turned his attention towards the whimsical world of circus life. Circus performers and harlequins became his new subjects, their lives depicted not as tragic but as magical and full of life. This change in subject matter was not merely aesthetic, it was a reflection of Picasso's own life, his newfound happiness and his fascination with the bohemian lifestyle he was now a part of. The Rose Period also marked a shift in Picasso's style. He began to experiment with different forms and techniques, showing early signs of his later revolutionary work in Cubism. It was a pivotal time in Picasso's career, a time of exploration, growth, and change. The Rose Period, with its warmer tones and happier subjects, marked a shift in Picasso's personal and artistic life. This period laid the groundwork for Picasso's future endeavors, and it remains an integral part of his artistic legacy. Picasso's artistic journey then took a dramatic turn, as he found inspiration in African art. This new phase, known as his African art-inspired period, spanned from 1907 to 1909. A stark departure from his previous work, Picasso began to explore a raw, primitive style that drew heavily from African tribal art. This fascination with African art was sparked by a visit to the Ethnographic Museum at Palais du Trocadero, where Picasso encountered and was captivated by African masks for the first time. He admired their simplicity, their bold lines, and the sense of raw power they exuded. Incorporating these elements into his own work, Picasso began to transform his style drastically. His figures became more angular and fragmented, with distorted features and mask-like faces. This was a major departure from the traditional Western aesthetics, and it was through this exploration that Picasso began to challenge the established norms of beauty and form in art. His most notable work from this period Les Demoiselles d'Avignon, showcases this new style. The painting, portraying 5 nude women with mask-like faces and angular bodies, was met with shock and controversy, but ultimately led the way to the development of Cubism. This period, filled with masks and tribal imagery, was a pivotal point in Picasso's journey, leading him towards Cubism. Picasso, ever the innovator, then broke away from the norm to co-found an entirely new art movement, Cubism. The Cubist period, spanning from 1909 to 1919, marks a significant turning point in Picasso's artistic journey, and indeed, the entire art world. During this time, Picasso, along with his fellow artist Georges Braque, began to experiment with a radical new style that challenged traditional perspectives of art. This style, known as Cubism, is characterized by its fragmented, geometric forms that break down objects and figures into abstract, multi-dimensional shapes. Picasso's fascination with portraying multiple viewpoints simultaneously led to his innovative use of geometric planes and angles. He presented his subjects from various angles, all within the same composition, providing a comprehensive view that transcended the limits of traditional single-perspective art. This revolutionary technique allowed Picasso to explore the concept of form and space in a completely new light, providing a fresh, unconventional perspective on reality. The hallmark of Cubism is its deconstruction of reality. Picasso shattered the conventions of representation, fragmenting his subjects into a series of geometric shapes and forms. This not only gave his works a distinct, almost sculptural quality, but it also challenged viewers to see and understand the world in a different way. Each piece was a puzzle, a complex array of shapes and forms that required viewers to actively engage with the artwork to decipher its meaning. Picasso's Cubist period also saw a shift from the emotional intensity of his earlier works to a more intellectual approach. His works during this time were less about expressing emotion and more about exploring new ways of seeing and understanding the world around him. The Cubist period was a time of profound creativity and innovation for Picasso. His bold experiments with form, space, and perspective broke the boundaries of traditional art and paved the way for a new era of modern art. Cubism, Picasso's most influential period, forever changed the face of modern art. In the twilight of his career, Picasso never stopped creating, leaving a legacy that continues to shape art. As the sun began to set on Picasso's artistic journey, his palette once again shifted. His later works, created during the final 3 decades of his life, saw Picasso exploring new styles and themes. These works, often referred to as his neo-expressionist and surrealist periods, were a stark shift from the geometric forms of Cubism that had previously dominated his art. Picasso's later works were marked by a freer, more spontaneous style. His lines were less rigid, his colors more vibrant, and his subject matter more personal. He dove into the exploration of self, creating numerous self-portraits that captured his introspective journey. His late works also saw a return to the classical themes of his early years, but with a twist. He paid homage to the old masters, reinterpreting their works in his unique style. Yet, Picasso's later works were not just about self-exploration and homage, they were also about defiance. Picasso, in his 70s and 80s, was challenging the norms and expectations of what an aging artist should create. His later works were bold, provocative, and even at times, raw. They were a testament to his unceasing creativity and relentless passion for art. But Picasso's legacy extends beyond his own canvas. His influence can be seen in the works of countless artists who came after him. From the abstract expressionists of the mid-20th century to the pop artists of the 60s, Picasso's impact is undeniable. His relentless pursuit of innovation, his bold experimentation with form and color, and his fearless embrace of new styles and themes have left an indelible mark on the world of art. Beyond the art world, Picasso's influence permeates our culture. His works have become synonymous with modern art, his name a byword for creativity and innovation. His life and art continue to inspire artists, scholars, and art lovers all over the world. In the grand tapestry of art history, Picasso's thread is vibrant and enduring. His journey through art was not just a personal exploration, but a revolution that reshaped the way we see and understand art. From the Blue Period to his later works, Picasso's journey through art not only shaped his life, but also the world of modern art as we know it today.